Good morning, everyone. Good morning. This is Antonio Muñiz. Welcome to another magnificent Monday. Today I want to switch it up a bit. I want to take this time to reinforce the importance of reading at least 10 pages of a good book each and every day. Create this personal habit, this personal development habit, and you will experience an amazing transformation and improvement in just about every aspect of your life. Now, why do I read? I read because it makes me better at, expressing ideas, clearly expressing ideas. It helps me empathize with others. It helps me consider and adapt other perspectives. Reading allows me to constantly sharpen my act, sharpen my axe. I understand that things won't get easier until I get better. Reading helps me get better. My parents have always been voracious readers, but I fought them tooth and nail. I hated reading growing up. And so I fought them for a long time until I slowly developed the habit myself. Reading is the easiest and least expensive way to learn anything and everything directly from the sharpest minds from around the world. It's been said that readers are leaders. Readers are leaders. And leaders are readers. I should say that the other way around. That's really the most impactful. But leaders are readers. Every successful leader in every industry, everywhere around the world, has developed the reading habit. Warren Buffett credits many of his great money decisions to his voracious reading habit. He says that he starts every morning by poring over several newspapers and estimates that he spends as much as 80% of his day reading. When the CEO of Berkshire Hathaway was asked about the key to success, he just pointed to a stack of books and said, read 500 pages like this every day. That's how knowledge works. It builds up like compound interest. It builds up like compound interest. All of you can do it, but I guarantee you that not many of you will. End quote. That's a direct quote from Warren Buffett. Now, he also say, I read and think. So I do more reading and thinking and make less impulse decisions than most people in business. I do it because I like this kind of life. That's Warren Buffett, right? So I think we should listen. If you don't listen to me, at least listen to Warren, Uncle Warren. Now, it turns out that science shows that this Buffett-inspired reading habit could benefit all of us in several ways. There have been many research studies aiming to identify what are the critical factors to leadership and wealth creation. And here are some of the findings. One trait that nearly all wealthy individuals had in common is that they read everything from self-improvement to autobiographies. It has been found that 67% of rich people limited TV time to 1 hour or less per day, compared to only 23% of poor people. Let me say that differently. Wealthy people reach for a book instead of the remote control, while 77% of poor people spend more than 1 hour per day watching television. So think about that the next time you reach for the remote control. I also read that wealthy individuals build libraries in their homes, and that if they have a TV in the home at all, they moved it to a particular room in the house, like a media room. So they have to make a conscious decision every time they want to watch TV or watch a movie. So they made it harder on themselves to spend a lot of time in front of the TV. By contrast, most poor households have a TV in every room of the house. So we're constantly consuming content that is not really making us any better, any smarter. Now, I'm not saying stop watching television. I'm a big Netflix fan. And all I'm saying is that there is a direct correlation between the reading habit and wealth creation. Now, yes, you can see my TV back there. There's a TV in my office, but I use it merely for video conferences and webinars. And of course, the occasional distraction. But you also see my stack of books over here. They're closer to me than the TV is, if that makes any sense. So, science has also found that people who engage in mentally stimulating activities like reading experience slower memory decline than those who do not. So there's also a physical health benefit to reading. Why 10 pages? Because it's an easy habit to create. It's actually a mini habit. Since it only takes about 10 to 15 minutes a day, and before you know it, you create a real habit of reading on a daily basis. Now, the beauty of the 10 pages per day mini habit is that it requires so little time and willpower that is doable even on your worst day, right? So by design, mini habits prevent you from easily rationalizing away the task and eliminates common objections or excuses like, I'm just too tired, or I just don't feel like it. So a mini habit is easy to do. Keep in mind though, it's easy not to do. So focus on it even though it's a mini habit. So what should you read? Well, that depends on what you're interested in learning. Just make sure that it's positive. There's enough negativity in our everyday world, so reading more negative stuff is really not going to do anything for you. So avoid the news. When you're reading, avoid the news. That won't help you much. No, while a lot of people might still associate books with required reading at school, like I used to do. That's why I hated reading, because I associated with just reading for school, and I didn't enjoy that. Studies show that reading is a great way to invest in yourself. And if you're looking for something to get you started, I'm happy to recommend a few titles. As many of you know, I'm constantly reading. Now, connect with me and I'll send you my current top 10 list. It's easy, big, great books in it. Now, you can also Google things like Mark Zuckerberg's reading list, or Warren Buffett's reading list, or whoever you admire, and find out what books they're currently reading or they have read that they also recommend. Now here's a pro tip. Make your car drive time university by listening to books on audio while you drive. Just listening to 20 minutes a day of a good book every day is also an amazing mini habit. Now, this is all I have for you today. I know it was a little long, but I hope that you got some value out of it. So have a fantastic rest of the week. And as always, I encourage you to do más and be más. Take care.